Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. In this series of conjunctions between different house lords, we have done the conjunctions of different house lords starting from the first house lord until the 8th house lords, which means we have done conjunctions of the first house lord with the second, first house lord with the third, and so on, and then the second house lord with the first, second, third, fourth, and so on, and we have so far reached the conjunctions of the 8th house lord with the others. Today we will be doing the conjunctions of the 9th house lord with the other house lords. However, in the conjunctions of the first house lord with the 9th, second house lord with the 9th, and so far in the first, second, third house lord series, we have already completed the conjunctions of the 9th house lord with the other house lords until the 8th house. So today's video I am not going to do all those conjunctions again. I am going to give you a link to the conjunctions of the first house lord with the 9th, the conjunction of the second house lord with the 9th, the conjunction of the third house lord with the 9th, till the conjunction of the 8th house lord with the 9th in the comment section below, where you can go specifically to that particular part of the video in that series and you can see the conjunctions of the 9th house lord with the other house lords until the 8th one in those links. Today I am going to discuss in this particular video the conjunctions of the 9th house lord with the 10th house lord, the 11th house lord, and the 12th house lords. Bear in mind, we have also done conjunctions of different planets together also. For example, conjunction of the sun with Mercury, Venus, Mars, and the other planets, then conjunction of Saturn with other planets, and so on. That is also a series which we have completed, and I would suggest you also see that series in view with these particular series of house lords with each other, because that will give you then a more holistic way of understanding the conjunction of the house lords and which planets are also involved. So for today's video, let's jump right into the conjunctions of the 9th house lord with the other house lords. Now it's important to understand, because the 9th house is a house of very high gains, learning, education, higher learning, higher experiences, long distance travel, your gurus, and also the house of father. So it's a very important house, one of the most important houses in the horoscope. So when you look at the conjunction of the 9th house lord with the others, you need to bear in mind that this is a very strong placement given to you by the zodiac, and you should be able to use it utmost, because this has the tendency to give you some of the best gains in the outside world rather than in your internal world, which means in your domestic life. This has a tendency to give you a huge success outside of your home environment, some success in your home environment as well. So you need to focus very strongly on the conjunctions of the 9th house lord with the others, because it has one of the best and the greatest scopes which is possible in astrology. Let's start with the conjunction of the 9th house lord with the 10th house lord. Now this is one of the most important conjunctions in the entire band of astrology. The reason being is 9th house is a trine house and the 10th house is a Kendra house, and the conjunction of the 9th house lord and the 10th house lord is a very strong Raj Yoga. It is considered to be the strongest Raj Yoga, the most auspicious Raj Yogas, maybe the best Raj Yogas which is being given to us by the zodiac. If you have this conjunction, it is called the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, which means your duty and your work coming together. So whatever you feel responsible for, whatever you feel responsibility about, that becoming your work, and you taking up your work as your responsibility, not just a means to earn a remuneration. So this is one of the most important and auspicious yogas in astrology, where the 9th house lord and the 10th house lord come together in the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, which means that you will use your higher education, higher learning, higher qualification to be able to then connect it to your work, to your career, and not only your educational qualification but higher experiences, different experiences that you gain in life. You use those to be able to do better work, better output, and utilize them in your career. So if you are able to have a higher qualification or high experiences in life, then you will not let go of those experiences, let go of these learnings, but be able to use in your work. This work of yours may also be connected to education, advising others, counseling others. Even at work, you may be a very strong advisor, counselor, or your work may be related around advising, counseling, or be seen as an expert, be seen as a guru yourself, or can be seen as somebody who will take others along, will also guide others, will also help along in the team environment to others in the team. So very strong yoga. This is also yoga of using the high learning of gurus or even father, or following in the footsteps of the father as well. The challenge with this conjunction is that the 9th house is the 12th house to the 10th house lord, and the 10th house is the second to the 9th. So if you are able to use your high learning, your higher education in your career, then you will get gains, because the second house to any house is the house of gains of that house. So you can get very high gains if you use your educational qualification and high learning in your career. On the other hand, the 9th house being the 12th house to the 10th house, and the 12th house being a house of waste and excess, which means sometimes you may also have to let go of your educational qualification and traverse a different career than what you got your educational qualification in, which means that educational qualification went to waste or did not get you the result that you expected. You ultimately went into some other field which probably you didn't start off as thinking as a field where you will do your career in. Now, depending on which signs are involved, which planets are involved, they will also bring in their own flavor. For example, if the 9th house is ruled by Cancer, therefore Moon, and the 10th house is Leo sign, ruled by Sun, and then they coming together, then it's a very auspicious yoga, because two luminaries are coming together, two friendly planets are coming together. This is the conjunction of very high empathy, very high responsibility, very high accountability, very high understanding coming together. So very strong Raj Yoga. If it's Cancer sign in the 9th house and Leo sign in the 10th house, and Sun and Moon coming together. For example, on the other hand, if it's Gemini sign in the 9th house and Cancer sign in the 10th house, then two benefits are coming together in the conjunction if they are conjunct, which means this is a person of very high intellect, very high reasoning, very high understanding, and very sharp intellect also, but very oriented towards empathy, caring, nourishing others. So please bear in mind which sign energies are involved, which planets are involved, because those will also bring in their own flavors. Now, where the conjunction occurs is also very important, because for example, if the 9th and the 10th house lord are conjunct in the first house, then it shows that the entire life of the person is a life of doing for others, standing up for others. Duty and responsibility are very important for this person, and this person will never shirk his or her responsibility. In every action of his life, he will be seeing his duty or responsibility of being accountable as one of the most important elements of the work that he does. So do look at the sign energies involved, the planets involved, and which house they get involved in and get conjunct in, because they will bring in their own flavor. And that is the meaning of the conjunction of the 9th house lord and the 10th house lord. Now, when the 9th house lord and the 11th house lords get conjunct, this is again a very strong yoga, because the 9th house is the house of your very high gains. 11th house is the house of your wishes and desires, social recognition, social adulation, getting connected to social causes, which means through your education you may be able to fulfill your wishes and desires. Through your education, high learning, high experiences, you may also be able to contribute more to society. You may be able to do more for society. You may be able to take up societal causes. You may also do very well in a large organization, in a very responsible role as well. And through that, on the long term, you get a lot of gains, because here the 11th house and the 9th house energies, two auspicious energies, are coming together. On the other hand, the 11th house being the third house from the 9th house, which means without extra effort, without high effort, without good communication skills, you may not be able to achieve your wishes and desires. You may not be able to achieve high status, high rank in the social environment, or working for causes, or working in a large organization. On the other hand, the 9th house being the 11th house away from the 11th house, which means very high gains can come into you if you focus on your educational qualification, maybe get higher educational qualification. But the most important element is you learn from life's lessons. If you don't learn from life's lessons, if you don't learn from societal examples, if you don't learn from society, then you will not be able to gain big. This is also good conjunction coming together of getting very high utility, very high success through societal connects, through your network connections, through getting connected with your acquaintances, those people who are well known to you. So very high success coming together with effort in the long run, using your educational qualifications, using your higher learning experiences, working for large causes, getting your wishes and desires fulfilled, and getting mass adulation, mass success through focusing yourself and showcasing yourself as an expert, as a guru, as a good advisor, as a good counselor, as a good teacher, is the conjunction of the 9th house and the 11th house lords coming together. Now, which sign energies are involved is also very important. For example, if it's the Leo sign in the 9th house and it is the Libra sign in the 11th house, and Sun and Venus coming together in a conjunction, so this is a very, very strong placement of artistic endeavors, artistic expressions, artistic success, using your higher learning and shining over a period of time, shining in the society, shining and getting very high adulation, getting mass success, because Sun's energies of brightness and Venus's energies of artistic success are coming together. On the other hand, if it's the Virgo sign in the 9th house and it is the Scorpio sign in the 11th house, and Mercury and Mars coming together, again it's a very strong connection where Mercury is the planet of intellect, buddhi, intelligence and strong analysis and strong persevering hard work. Scorpio sign is the energy of research, of delving down deep and extracting results. So this can be a person of very, very high intellect and very, very high willpower. And so with very high intellect, very high analytical ability and very high willpower, this person can achieve anything that he or she focuses on and desires to achieve, because the 11th house is the house of wishes and desires as well. So look at what are the sign energies involved, what are the planets which are coming together. It's also important to see where the conjunction is coming together, because that is also important. If the 9th house lord and the 11th house lord, for example, come together in the second house of high remuneration, of earning, of savings, so this can be a person who uses his or her intellectual capacity, learning, high experiences, societal connects, business acumen to be able to get a lot of earning, to be able to get a lot of remuneration, be able to do very well using his educational qualification, working in large organization, and through that being able to get a very strong remuneration, very strong earning potential also. So see where the 9th house lord in the 11th house lords are coming conjunct in which house, which signs are involved, which planets are involved, because that will also bring in its own flavor. And that is the meaning of the 9th house lord and the 11th house lords conjunct together. When the 9th house lord and the 12th house lords are conjunct together, this is a very, very powerful expression, because 9th house and the 12th house are in Kendra to each other. The 12th house is 4 houses away from your 9th house, and the 9th house is 10 houses away from the 12th house. So here career, karma, assets, well-being, all are coming together. And why is this a very auspicious conjunction? Because the 9th house is the house of your higher learning, spiritual learning also. The 12th house is a house of spirituality, is the house of moksha. So using your higher learning, using your education, using your higher qualification and learning through high experiences of life to be able to become more spiritual and to be able to contribute spiritually. Somebody who is very, very spiritual and can be very, very good spiritual guide also. So this is a very, very powerful conjunction of these two forces coming together, and through that being able to make your assets. Now these assets are not just the traditional material assets of house, vehicles, all sorts of conveniences that will anyway the zodiac will give you if you work hard. using these energies coming together, that will anyways happen if you're true to the energy. But this is also building a spiritual assets more than anything else. So you are very spiritual in your enterprise, you are very spiritual in your approach, you take life in your stride, you are somebody who is very grateful, you are full of gratitude, you appreciate good things in life, you are ingrained towards kindness, doing more for others, being charitable for others, and using your high learning, using your education, want to do something for society, want to contribute. And this is one of the best conjunctions, one of the best synergies to be able to leave a big legacy, huge legacy of being remembered for many ages long after you are gone. So extremely spiritual energy coming together, getting your karma, your career connected to spirituality, contributing in a spiritual manner without thinking too much about the material gains. But the material gains anyways coming to you because the 9th and the 12th house lords are in kendra to each other. And through your higher learning, elevating yourself spiritually, through higher learning, gaining the higher learning, wanting to understand the deeper meanings of life, and through that, through contribution, through doing good, through helping others, rising spiritually is the placement of where the 9th house and the 12th house lords are conjunct with each other. Now which signs are involved, which planets are involved are also very important here. For example, if the 9th house has Capricorn sign energies and the 12th house has Aries energies, so here Saturn and Mars are coming together. Now these are opposing energies. Saturn is a servitude and oriented planet, somebody who's a servant, who wants to serve, who likes to serve, a team member. Mars is the general. So somebody who will serve others with a lot of servitude, with a lot of humility, with a lot of willpower, and through that being able to do more, and through that being able to elevate oneself spiritually. Where the conjunction comes together is also very important. If the 9th house lord and the 12th house lords are conjunct together, for example, in the 3rd house, the house of communication, the house of influencing others, the house of reaching out to others, this can be extremely powerful energy of being able to communicate very spiritually, being able to influence others very spiritually, and coming across as a very learned person, maybe a teacher, maybe a very high guide, maybe high counselor, a teacher of exemplary spirit, exemplary learning, exemplary spirituality also, and through that being able to reach out to masses and being able to help multitude of people is this placement. So do see where the 9th house lord and the 12th house lords get conjunct together, what are the sign involved, what are the planets involved, because each of them will bring in their own flavors. One of the best and most auspicious conjunction is the conjunction of the 9th house lord and the 12th house lord coming together. So friends, now that we have seen the conjunction of the 9th house lord with other house lords, do check in your horoscope if there is a conjunction of the 9th house lord with any other house lords, and see which signs are involved, which planets are involved, and where the conjunction is coming together, because this can give you very high auspiciousness, very high gains, and a chance of getting very high spiritual elevation also, spiritual points also. So don't let go of this energy if there is a conjunction of the 9th house lord with any other house lord in your horoscope. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time, some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan, signing off. Ciao.